Hi, I'm Amy Kirkpatrick, and I run a business called Little Shop East, and it's a top-line writing company and studio in Toronto. So I write and record like lyrics and melodies for producers. It started just with somebody out of Vancouver that I used to work with, and now it's become literally worldwide. Like I'll work with somebody like from Australia. Actually today I have two that I'm working on, and they send me an instrumental, and then I record and write a vocal line over it, and then we go back and forth a couple of times, and then we produce a song. I'm from Victoria originally, and I moved to Vancouver after university to do lighting design. So I was a lighting tech for bands and DJs. And I was in a band called Data Romance for about 3 years, I think, in total it was. And that was a great experience, and we toured and we got to work with a lot of different people. And then when that ended, I became an independent artist again, and that was just something that really clicked with me. I loved working with a label, but there's just something about being in control of everything that you do and not having to kind of get filtered by all these people and all these industry things. I get to just write and put out what I want and be really proud of that. I moved to Toronto sort of just when this was starting, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I had just like a few clients that I was working with, and then I just decided to take that leap and just do it for a living. And once I started doing that, it started snowballing, and the more songs you have out, the more people will find you and get to know you. I get told sometimes like I release too much music, or that it doesn't keep it special, but I really don't believe in that, and I think the more music you have out there, the more people can actually get a hold of you. I'm very organized now. I never used to be, but you have to when you're doing something like this on your own. So I just sort of write out what I have to do for the day. I usually try to start a song, finish a song, and edit a song. I'm usually working on about 4 or 5 at a time. So right now I have 3. It's a slow day. When you're in a band, you have to have one vision, one style that you're doing, and it's important for branding, but I'm branding myself as somebody that writes all styles. So that was also something that's really important to me. Like I know lots of singers, and this is totally fine too, like they only want to do trance or they only want to do deep house, but I genuinely love writing all styles. So, and I'm trying to move into the more pop stuff. That's a harder kind of world to get into, but the stuff that I just write on my own on piano, that's more pop based, and I'm sort of moving more into that. But it started with trance, and it started with a song that I did with Andy Moore and Somna, and that one did pretty well, and then that brought in a lot of trance work. And then nowadays, all the genres are kind of blending into one, so a trance song kind of becomes a house song, and then it becomes a deep house, and it's all kind of meshed into one. I work with a lot of people, like 90% of the people I work with are online. So it's kind of cool because it almost has this good kind of distance where like I can take what they want and then just go off and do my own thing. But there is something to be said for working in the studio, and that's something I've been kind of lucky with in Toronto. Like I made a couple friends that are producers that I've worked with, and that's kind of when, yeah, just magic happens and you actually can like feel that energy. And again, it's when they kind of trust you to do what you're best at, and you kind of have this mutual respect. That's the best case scenario. So. I was told to stop writing love songs, and that's why I kind of exclusively write love songs now, because I believed in it so much, and that is how I built my business. So just whatever your gut is telling you, do that because it's right. And if you lose a few opportunities on the way, that's okay, because it wouldn't have been right anyway, so yeah. I think we might be lovers. I think we might. I think we might be lovers. I think we might. I think we might be lovers. I think we might. I think we might be lovers. I think we might. You say you think of me some nights when I was in your town. I got
got to fix.